Have you ever walked into a house and immediately felt a strange sense of peace and tranquility? Or conversely, entered another space and suddenly felt suffocated and anxious for no clear reason? Why do some lands seem to be perpetually lush, where plants thrive and people prosper, while other areas are barren and exude a sense of decay? This is the core issue of Feng Shui. To many modern people, Feng Shui is often equated with superstition, with rigid and sometimes irrational rules. But what if I told you that Feng Shui is a truth that can be explained and proven by science? For thousands of years our ancestors observed and contemplated these invisible forces. They called them by many different names, and one of the most well-known systems is Feng Shui. In this video, we will undertake a revolution in thinking. We will demythologize Feng Shui, not by denying it, but by using the sharpest tools of modern science, from quantum physics and energy biology to geology, to lift the veil of mystery. We will discover that all matter, from a stone, a river, and mountains to your own body, is constantly vibrating and creating invisible energy fields. And it is the interaction, the resonance between these energy fields, that determines our health, mood, and even our destiny. Let's decode Quantum Feng Shui together. To understand that you don't just live in an environment, you are in constant dialogue with it through an invisible language, the language of vibrational frequencies. From our previous videos, we have grasped the fundamental concept confirmed by modern physics. Nothing in this universe is truly still. Everything, even what appears most solid and static, is vibrating at a dizzying speed. The genius inventor Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Every material, depending on its structure, composition, and density, vibrates at its own characteristic frequency, and just as a bell, when struck, creates sound that radiates outwards, all matter, when it vibrates, creates an encompassing energy field, or vibrational field. This is not a mystical concept, it is physics." Now let's scale this up to our living environment. A giant granite mountain, with its tight crystalline structure, will emit a very different energy field than a swamp with soft mud and stagnant water. A rushing river, constantly crashing against rocks and creating beneficial negative ions, will generate an energy field entirely different from that of a stagnant lake. Geologists know that beneath the Earth's surface are underground water currents, geological faults, and various mineral deposits. Each of these elements has its own vibrational frequency and creates a specific energy field on the surface. Our ancestors may not have known the term geological fault, but they felt it. They noticed that when they built a house on a dragon vein, which could be a pure underground stream, people and livestock would be healthy. But when they lived on inauspicious land, which might be a place with high natural radiation or an unstable geological field, people were prone to illness. They didn't have machines to measure it, but they had a much more sensitive instrument, their own bodies and intuition. Feng Shui, at its core, is the science of observing and systematizing the effects of these natural energy fields on life. So how do these energy fields affect us? Why do some support life, while others are detrimental? The answer lies in two concepts: resonance and interference. Imagine your body is a sophisticated symphony orchestra. Each cell, each organ, is a musician, and all are programmed to play in harmony, performing the symphony of life and health. When you live in a supportive energy environment, an environment with a harmonious, balanced vibrational frequency that is compatible with your body's natural frequency, it's like placing your orchestra in a concert hall with perfect acoustics. The musicians can hear each other better, play in rhythm, and the overall symphony becomes more powerful and melodious. Your body gets recharged, your immune system functions better, and your mind becomes clearer. These are the places where we feel positive energy, or QI. Conversely, when you live in a detrimental energy environment, an environment with chaotic, imbalanced frequencies, or harmful frequencies like high-intensity artificial electromagnetic radiation, it's like forcing your orchestra to play next to a noisy construction site. The external noise, energy interference, distracts the musicians, causing them to play out of rhythm and tune. The symphony of life becomes chaotic. Over time, this imbalance manifests as illness, stress, and depletion. To make this easier to visualize, let's use an illustrative model. Let's tentatively divide energy fields into 10 levels, from 1 to 10. Level 1 could be a pristine valley with a clear stream, lush forests, air full of negative ions, and stable geology. This is the perfect energy field, where your body's orchestra can perform its most magnificent symphony. People living here are not only healthy, but can also easily achieve states of wisdom and excellence. Level 10 could be a place located on a complex geological fault, with a polluted underground water source and surrounded by broadcast towers, nuclear power plants, or radiation near airports, etc. This is an environment full of interference, where your body's orchestra is constantly tormented by noise. Living here long-term, illness is almost inevitable. Of course, reality is much more complex. Most places we live are a combination of different types of fields. For example, a mix of levels 2, 3, 6, and 9. This complex interaction creates a wide variety of effects, with both good and bad aspects. The task of a true Feng Shui master is to read the energy symphony of a land, identifying where the melodious notes are and where the discordant sounds lie. But the story doesn't end with the external environment. There is an element even more important than geographical location, an element that can greatly influence the entire law of Feng Shui. That element is you. You are an extremely powerful energy transmitting station. Science has proven that our heart generates an electromagnetic field that can be measured several feet away. Our brain is an electrochemical machine, constantly emitting brain waves. Most importantly, this energy field is not static. It changes with our every thought and emotion. When you feel love, gratitude, and joy, your energy field expands, becoming harmonious and coherent. Your vibrational frequency rises. You are broadcasting a melodious symphony. When you feel fear, anger, and jealousy, your energy field contracts, becoming chaotic and incoherent. Your vibrational frequency drops. You are emitting jarring, discordant sounds. Now, place your personal orchestra within the environmental concert hall. A magical resonance occurs. Think back to the example of the two brothers living on land with a level 1 energy field. This environment is like a perfect concert hall, an extremely fertile piece of land. It provides the best possible conditions, but the seeds sown on that land were decided by them. The older brother, with thoughts and desires focused on becoming wealthy, had his personal energy field resonate with the supportive energy of the environment, amplifying his intention. This helped him become clear-minded and astute in his business decisions, and he became a billionaire. The younger brother, with thoughts and desires geared towards politics, had his personal energy field, with a different frequency, also resonate with the environment. This amplified his leadership abilities and strategic thinking, helping him become president. A good environment provides the potential, but it is the individual's personal energy field that determines which potential is activated and manifested. This is the correct perspective on Feng Shui. It is not a destiny predetermined by the direction of a house or a plot of land. It is an interactive relationship, an energy dance between human beings and the universe. We've all heard very real stories about how in the same house with a very good natural energy field, one person prospers while another remains average, with no notable achievements. A good environment only resonates well with someone who has a progressive will and a noble, pure soul. Conversely, if a person is indulgent, debaucherous, and malicious, you already know what the result will be. No energy field is absolutely good or bad. It is only compatible or incompatible with the energy field of the person living within it. Imagine a house with a very powerful dynamic energy field, with a high vibrational frequency, like a vibrant rock concert. This could be a level 2 field. A young, ambitious person, whose personal energy field is also strong and dynamic, would feel like a fish in water upon moving into this house. The house's energy would resonate with and amplify his own, helping him work tirelessly and achieve tremendous success. But an elderly person seeking peace and quiet for retirement, whose personal energy field is gentle and calm, would feel extremely tired and stressed in this house. The rock concert of the house is too loud. It creates interference and disrupts their inner harmony. Over time, they might fall ill. For the young person, this is good land. For the elderly person, this is bad land. The house doesn't change. Only the energy compatibility differs. A true Feng Shui master doesn't just measure the energy of the land. They must also be able to read the energy of the person to find harmony. This interaction goes even further. Our personal energy field doesn't just react to the environment. It also has the ability to influence and transform it. Have you noticed that when a cheerful, optimistic person enters a room, the whole room seems to brighten up? Conversely, when a negative, depressed person enters, the atmosphere suddenly becomes heavy. This is not just a psychological feeling. It is a real energy interaction. Your energy field, generated by your thoughts and emotions, is constantly being broadcast into the surrounding space. These energy waves interact with objects and can even leave an energy imprint on them. Scientists like Dr. Masaru Emoto have conducted famous experiments showing that human consciousness can change the crystalline structure of water. Water exposed to loving, grateful words forms beautiful, harmonious crystals. Water exposed to hateful thoughts forms distorted, ugly crystals. Think about your home. It is not an inert space. The walls, the furniture, and even the air inside are constantly absorbing and remembering the energy field you emit every day. If a family lives in love, laughter, and gratitude, the house will be marinated in a harmonious energy field. It will become a place of healing, a true energy charging station. Anyone who enters will feel its peace. If a family frequently argues, resents, and worries, the house will accumulate a heavy, chaotic energy field. It will become a place that drains life force. Living there for a long time, people easily become tired and irritable. Therefore, the best Feng Shui practitioner is you. Before you think about changing the direction of your door or the position of your furniture, start by changing your internal Feng Shui. Clean up the garden of your mind, sow seeds of positive thoughts, and water them with loving emotions. When you change your vibrational frequency from within, you begin to transform the energy field of your own home. Now, let's place all of this into a larger context. The relationship between the local energy field, your home, and the universal energy field. The universe is not an empty space. Quantum physics tells us that empty space is actually teeming with energy, an infinite field of potential called the zero-point field. This is a fundamental energy ocean that connects everything. Ancient civilizations had similar concepts. The Chinese called it qi. The Indians called it prana. It is the life force of the universe, an invisible flow that permeates all things. Your house, your land, is not isolated. It is like a small bay in the vast ocean of universal energy. The flow of qi or prana constantly passes through it. A good feng shui location is one that can receive and retain this pure universal energy flow in a harmonious way. But most importantly, you, as a conscious being, are not just a passive recipient of this flow. You are a point of convergence and regulation of energy. Imagine you are a small dam in this bay. When you are in a negative, fearful state, low frequency, your dam closes. You block the flow of pure universal energy into your life. You isolate yourself in a stagnant pool of personal energy. When you are in a loving, open, grateful state, high frequency, your dam opens. You allow the pure universal energy to flow through, cleansing and nourishing your personal energy field. You merge with the greater flow of life. This is where external feng shui and internal feng shui unite. You can live in a place with the best possible location, but if your internal dam is always closed, you cannot receive the benefits. Conversely, even if you live in a less than ideal place, if you know how to keep your internal dam open, you can still create an oasis of positive energy for yourself. When we string all these pieces together, a new definition of feng shui emerges, one that is both scientific and empowering. Feng shui is not a mystical set of rules for arranging furniture. It is the art and science of creating harmonious resonance between energy fields. The personal energy field, the environmental energy field, and the universal energy field. It is not a game of chance, but a dance of frequencies. Your destiny is not determined by a star in the sky or a number in your birth date. It is woven from the very vibrations you create and choose to resonate with. The greatest feng shui master is not far away. That person is right inside you, because only you can truly feel this energy interaction. Only you know when you feel nourished and when you feel depleted. Start listening to your body. It is an extremely sensitive energy compass. When you enter a space, feel it. Does your body contract or relax? Do you feel energized or tired? Start observing your living environment with new eyes. What story are the objects around you telling? Do they bring you joy and inspiration? Or are they repositories for the energy of stagnation and the past? Cleaning your house, rearranging your furniture, is not just a physical act. It is an energy ritual. By removing what no longer serves you, you are creating space for new, positive energy to flow in. To understand Quantum Feng Shui is to understand that you have the power to change your life, not by changing the world outside, but by starting with the world within. So, we have decoded one of the oldest systems of knowledge of humanity. We have seen that Feng Shui, when stripped of its superstitious shell, is perfectly compatible with the deepest insights of modern science. It teaches us that we are not separate from our environment, but are an integral part of a vibrant energy network. Every choice we make, from where we live to a passing thought, creates ripples in that network. This journey is not about turning you into a feng shui expert, but about helping you become a more energy-conscious person. Be conscious of the energy of the place you live, the place you work. Be conscious of the energy of the people you interact with. And most importantly, be conscious of the energy that you yourself are generating every day. You are the center of your own universe. You are the one who decides whether the energy symphony of your life will be a melodious or a chaotic one. Take up your conductor's baton, consciously. This is episode 10 of our one-on-one video series on the energy of the universe, where science and spirituality meet to help you better understand yourself and the evolution of consciousness. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next videos. And finally, I want to ask you a question. Right after watching this video, what is one small action you can take to improve the feng shui of your living space or your own inner state? Please share in the comments below.